Get ready for the most glamorous event of the year, the U2B Streets Awards 2025, February 9, 2025, at Laban Midtown, located at 641 West 42nd Street, New York City. Join us at 12 p.m. for the pre-show red carpet extravaganza and a chance to win $500 in our fashion contest. From 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., enjoy the gold tier experience with speakeasy confessionals, press interviews, and premium cocktails. At 4 p.m., the platinum tier includes performances, a comedic host, an award ceremony, dinner, and gift bags. From 8 p.m., the diamond tier features a VIP after party with a DJ, aerial dance, fire performances, and gift bags. 24 YouTube categories and many nominees. Can't attend in person? Stream the entire event live on Hush and Move Media via Uscreen for just $9.99. Get your early bird tickets before September 15, 2024. Visit now. Be a sponsor. Be extraordinary. Be there. Be great.
Welcome, God dang it, welcome to the Lock Sector. I am your host, We-On-Loc Nation. Here in the Lock Sector, we just have fun over here and talk about anything, everything political, non-political. What have you done for me lately, woman, man, stuff like that. The only thing I ask is that we stop the dumb shit, right? We cut out all this, beef finish. I mean, if you have beef with somebody, bring it to the forefront, hash it out, bring it out, and go about your merry way. The other thing that I ask is, and this is a warning to everybody, no kids. I said this before I even put this up there. No kids. I catch you talking about even my worst enemy. Even my worst enemy, I wouldn't speak on their children. Ain't no need for it, right? Ain't no need of speaking on nobody's children. Ain't no need of putting up no damn pictures of your children. Stop all that shit. You do that and anybody in the chat, anybody who comes up on the panel starts yapping about somebody's children in anger, please let it be known that I'm gonna give my first and final warning to you. Like, yo, chill out with that shit. I mean, you could talk about me, you could talk about him, her, whoever, call them out their name. I don't care. Y'all adults. Children don't need to be mentioned. So that's my first and final warning to you. Other than that, what's happening? Now, it was an interesting, and we gotta go at this straight at the head of what the first topic of my conversation is going to be. And anybody can join the panel if they want. There was a 16-year-old that got handcuffed, right, by the order of the judge. In my estimation, there was it was like a field trip in somewhere in Detroit, Michigan. It was a field trip, and the Detroit judge by the name of Judge Kenneth King. Kenneth King was displaying Kenneth King, Michigan State, was presenting what life is like as a judge, and giving them the rundown of what life is like being a judge, being a prosecutor, being a defender, and stuff like that. I guess one of the kids, it was a young female who got sleepy, I guess. Very disturbing. I mean, look, I'll tell you this way. If if I were on a field trip, and I went to many of field trips. Most of them were just standing up and walking through. Went to the Kellogg Center. I went to Michigan State University. I've been through plenty of places and seen plenty of things throughout my tenure, my younger years. But none I have fell asleep or disrespected or being disrespectful in any way. I mean, most of our projects have been very, very interesting. However, in these days, it's like the discipline is lacking. This is the reason why I say no one parent is stronger without the other. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Right? So he ends up telling it like it is to the young lady, and in my estimation, how he brought it to her, everybody looked at it like he did something wrong. And in my mind, he didn't do anything wrong. What did he do wrong that was so damn personal that you can't tell a child? I understand this is not your child. I totally understand that. But you're in my court, and I'm the judge. I am the law. And what says goes. Because it's quite simple, but really it wasn't because she was sleeping, it's because afterwards, after she was woken up by this judge, she caught a little temper tantrum, right? And he was just making an example of what he would do to anybody in that situation. But this is where I say some of these females need to just relax, okay? This is a whole judge. If it were Judge Joe Brown, I bet you it'd be even worse. I bet you it would be a whole lot worse. I think this judge, Mr. Kenneth King, was being a little bit merciful. I think he was being a little bit merciful. In my humble opinion, people may think that this was cruel, but let's check it out.
Judge King saying that he was trying to send a message, a very strong message, to a 16-year-old girl and about a dozen kids that were with her on this field trip. His point in all of this was deter these kids from ever showing up in his courtroom for real, charged with the crime.
You fall asleep in my courtroom one more time, I'm putting you in the back, understood? You don't care? As soon as we bring the prisoner out, she can step back there.
A field trip to 36 District Court downtown Detroit this week turned into a scared straight simulation. A judge ordering a 16-year-old girl into jail clothes and handcuffs.
You're not fazed by this at all, are you?
Judge Kenneth King directing his questions to a 16-year-old girl who fell asleep twice in his courtroom, and when she woke, it was allegedly with an attitude, laughing and mocking.
So why are you being disrespectful to this court? Yes, ma'am. You sleep at home in your bed, not in court. And quite frankly, I don't like your attitude.
You can see at this point she's in jail clothes and handcuffs. The rest of the teens on the field trip behind her. They came with the nonprofit, The Greening of Detroit.
How old are you? You're old enough to know better. What is your problem?
I apologize.
Sources close to the situation tell us at this point, the back and forth turned into a simulation to send a message.
I'm thinking maybe she needs to go to the juvenile detention facility. You do understand that we have a jail for kids.
King reportedly said he never had intentions to send her anywhere, but went on to describe to the kids what it is like at the Detroit detention facility.
not a very pleasant place to be in that you guys enjoy your freedom, don't you? Yeah. You don't have any freedom there.
Then he asked the teen.
That's where you want to go?
An actual attorney in the courtroom then steps in as if they were.
I don't. I look at this and let me put myself on the big screen. Put myself on the big screen. I don't mind this at all. I don't mind it. This is how I grew up. Back when I was growing up, I mean, people don't play. I mean, even white judges. Let's just be honest. Black, white judges. A courtroom is a courtroom. It's a courtroom of order. You understand? Even I'm not naive. I'm nowhere naive to think this is. You damn right. This is not a game. This is not. This is actual real life. Something that you can learn from. Everybody can learn and benefit from this later on in life down the road. When you want to get into law, when you want to be a prosecutor or a defender, or the woman that usually types the shit, whatever that person is. Could somebody tell me who that person is? But needless to say, this what should happen. But again, you're gonna have those people who agree to disagree, and I can respect it. People say he was being a little bit too out there, but I don't care. I mean, this is what kids need nowadays, and I mean the stuff that's out there. I mean, I'm old enough to know now that it's way worse now than it was when I was growing up, with all the house parties and all the music videos, music videos from MTV to BET to, I mean, you name it. I've witnessed it, been through it, and it was no different then than it is right now. I mean, you have one kid that mainly acts up. It only takes but that one kid. I remember when I was in Mrs. Fuller's classroom, and we had a little dude named Doug trying to fight the teacher. You know what I'm saying? And she was holding her own, but that woman was getting scar marks, and I guess that he ended up getting expelled from school. So, like I said, it's very critical at times like this. But I'm gonna play some reactionary clips in about a minute to see other people's reaction to this particular story right here. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe. Please hit the like button when you're coming in, when you're going out.
We're representing the team.
She's nervous. Doesn't do well for you. Didn't want to necessarily speak today. I'm just tired.
It ended shortly after that, with everyone in the group going home. The Greening of Detroit says this in part: although the judge was trying to teach a lesson of respect, his methods were unacceptable. The group of students should have been simply asked to leave the courtroom if he thought they were disrespectful, adding the teen is traumatized. We're told that Judge King reached out to the 16-year-old parent, offering mentorship moving forward. But as of today, we're told that Judge King and nobody else from the court will be talking at this point because of legal reasons.
Oh my. So everybody's up first and foremost. And this is just my opinion. My teeth cringe, they click, and they clap, and they chatter each and every time I see a white man have the nerve to put his face on some shit like this. I mean, we're talking about young black kids here, 16 and younger. Stop putting your shit on. That's just stop putting your shit on shit that don't belong. Well, he's a judge. He's a black judge. And I like it when black judges are responsible enough to tell kids that are not theirs to basically chill out, relax, have some discipline, have some common sense about yourself. This is a court of law. This is where you come to learn. If you don't want to learn anything, why are you here? It's just a waste of time. They're taking time out of their busy schedule. The school is taking time out of your schedule, as a matter of fact, where you should be learning to go over here and try to be someone. Now, without further ado, it is possible that she was traumatized. How can she be traumatized? That's the same thing that happens to everybody. Unless you really, really want it to happen to you. And they tell you straight up, do you want to go to jail? Do you want to go to jail? Answer yes or no. How is that traumatized? That's Scared Straight. Have you ever seen Scared Straight? Scared Straight, you don't want to be in prison. This was nothing. This was nothing compared to being in a jail cell, or excuse me, in a prison cell. Jail's different. Jail, you get out within like a couple of days or so, possibly, maybe. But in prison, you are sentenced and you don't get out until you complete that sentence. You know what I'm saying? I'm traumatized. Her brain isn't fully developed. No, she just needs some sleep. She needed to take her ass to bed. Her mama or her daddy, whoever's supposed to be responsible for her well-being. That's what she told parents. She did that in Kamala Harris. Exactly. Yeah. Well, let's get into some reaction, shall we? Let's get into some reactions. Now, I accept what comes because nowadays people want to argue, people want to agree to disagree, and that's fine as long as it's not a big giant argument. We don't
a young girl who was there on her own free will. This is not a person who was a defendant. This wasn't a person who needed to be scared straight like a fucking reality TV character. To Dr. Greg's point about the spectacle, this is abhorrent, unconscionable behavior. It is symptomatic of the way, or it is indicative of the way that Black girls are over-policed, are over-criminalized, are adultified in a way that's so harmful. And to see her mother break down in tears, I'm sure this young girl is traumatized. He put her through an entire humiliation ritual, having her classmates vote on whether or not they should show mercy to her and send her to jail for what? He talked about her having an attitude. You have the fucked up, hubristic attitude that's abusive and a bully to abuse this girl who was in your courtroom to learn, but because of her life circumstances, maybe didn't have the focus that you felt like she should have had. Instead of exercising compassion and empathy and understanding, you wanted to exert your authority over a helpless child, because this is still a child that we are talking about. And so he is unfit to serve, because if this is how he would treat an innocent person, a person who is not there for any crime, for any kind of bad behavior, this is how he would treat that person, then you know he cannot be impartial towards a person who is in front of his court, who's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. So this is disgusting. And even upon reflection, he doubled down. He said he didn't do anything wrong. You have to teach these kids. This is not about these kids. This is about you, sir, and your fucked up attitude, and you thinking that you can get away with whatever the hell you want to get away with. So it's not enough to just remove him. He needs to be kicked the out of the judiciary entirely. And he deserves to beg and plead for her mercy and for her apology. He has no business mentoring her. How ridiculous it is for him to say he wants to mentor her. Mentor her for what? On how to be a depraved asshole? I don't think so. So this is one of the most infuriating things that I've seen in a very
Damn. I didn't know this was is this scripted? This is not a script.
long time. I hope that this girl and her family have a GoFundMe that we can help get her secure housing. She's an excellent student according to her mother. She's doing the right thing. And guess what?
Come on now. Come on now. A GoFundMe for what? For a judge that did what was right. Come on. I mean, it wasn't over extreme. This is nothing new. This is something what I was witnessed, what I was raised on. Hey, Bridge, how are you? This is nothing new. Again, I was raised on this type of stuff, right? And he's not sending her to jail. See, I mean, he could have for any particular reason he could think of that was righteous, but he ain't gonna send her to jail. This is just showing a prime example of what could happen to you when you break the law. Although there were no laws being broken, it's still a court of law. It's still some disciplinary need to be shown. And if you feel tired, excuse yourself to the bathroom. That's all you have to do. Jesus Christ. This is crazy.
Even if you're having a bad day, even if you aren't a perfect student, even if you aren't a perfect
injured in a car accident, want to see if you qualify for a check like this? Don't call insurance. Don't call it.
Citizen, you do not deserve to be abused and humiliated by a person who has authority over you, and certainly not in front of a group of your peers and on YouTube.
It would have been really nice, or I think beneficial for all of us to be able to hear the back and forth. I think that's one thing that probably was avoided. I don't think there's no sound bites on the actual back and forth that kind of give us the brunt or the details of how the judge may have been triggered into reacting like he reacted. But
judges don't care about your feelings. Even though you better be glad that you have judges like this that actually do care about young people's well-being. What that was just some feminism stuff that I don't relate to. That's just some feminist talk. Feminists, please don't come for me.
I believe that if minors understand from a young age that there are consequences for showing a lack of respect for officials, being cavalier or behaving nonchalant in serious situations, they probably won't be shocked by the outcomes of doing the wrong thing when they grow up into an adult age. When I remember when I was younger, I didn't realize how serious some of the wrong things I was doing, how serious they were until I was old enough to pay the price for them. Now, now that I'm not a judge. I don't want to be one, but if I was trusted to be a judge, I would hope that the people who put me there would trust, that any power I flex or consequence I impose is just, and it's in line with the law. He was put there by the people, and it looked like people took him down. It appears because he was being harsh to a minor. I believe all those kids in that courtroom was at an age where they were able to understand the seriousness of being in a courtroom. And what could potentially happen if they acted like they didn't care. I see another thing. Whenever I played the second video, I see that it seemed like everybody leaning hard on the parents' personal situation as a single mom, which predisposes a child to being sleepy during the day. And instead of, making this whole thing a lesson for a judge, I think it's important to make this lesson for the parent, who made whatever choices that disenfranchised the child in the first place. So it all sounds like another way to avoid accountability, because I believe the child will most definitely be tired again and again during the day. And if the focus don't shift from the judge's behavior, this kind of thing is going to be repeated. And I'll let somebody else talk.
Go ahead, invite you on mute.
Sweetie, I got a question for you. Say Yvette Carnell go meet with Kamala Harris, and she tells her, of course I'm not going to give cash payments for reparations. I don't think that's a viable option. And Yvette Carnell smacks her teeth. Do you think Kamala Harris has the right at that point to say, I don't like your...
Wow, okay. I just want to say for the record, why are you taking certain aspects of certain people and go to extremes? I don't know if that's extreme to me, because I know Yvette Carnell would suck her teeth or roll her eyes like that. She doesn't do that, although she does talk a little reckless sometimes. Most of the time she's talking politics, she's talking reparations, Adolfs and stuff like that. And she's talking mostly, the tone talks about, liberation and numbers and all that on the above. And she does cater to the people at times, and she does bring the noise, and she does bring the people along with her whenever, shit needed to be done. I'll give her that. But for people to call her out like this, it's just, why Yvette? I don't like that woman no different than Michi X, but it's content.
Your attitude. Yeah. And then if she smacks her teeth again, lock her up.
Does she have the power to do that?
Does she have the right? Would that be the right thing to do?
What are we talking about? What, they're having a conversation?
Yeah, so
is Kamala Harris in a position of officiating something like a judge, and she's being openly disrespectful in that manner? What are we talking about? Are they just having a conversation?
So she's acting in
just having a conversation.
So it's like echoing. So she's operating in the capacity of being the vice president of the United States, of a much higher position than the judge.
And you saying that Yvette Carnell just sucks her teeth?
Yeah, when she tells her something that you and I would feel was disrespectful, but maybe Kamala Harris would not feel was disrespectful, and she said, "Yeah," or she just does that. Do you think that she deserves to be reprimanded? And then if she does it again, like I felt what you did was disrespectful. Should she be able to lock her up at that point?
I don't think that's the same thing as this situation.
What if I told you that instead of setting up a green screen, you can just click a button into script and get the...
Well, it's not apples to apples, but what I'm talking about is like somebody in a power dynamic being upset with the way you respond to something and then going above and beyond.
Well, I think for that, say for instance, she does suck her teeth, right? And she smacks her lips at Kamala Harris. And then Kamala Harris kicks her out the room and says, "You are not allowed in here to ask me any more questions or anything like that." Or she outright ignores Yvette Carnell. Yvette Carnell also understands that that's not how you speak to a politician. She wouldn't talk to Donald Trump like that. She wouldn't talk to Kamala Harris like that. If she was given the space in that room, I would assume that she would approach it dutifully. So
no, she wouldn't talk to any politician, a legislator, government, or a president like that. No, she has a little bit more respect than that.
But if she did, I wouldn't be upset if Kamala Harris completely said, "Look, I don't want to deal with you anymore. You have no right to be in this courtroom and in this space anymore." However, it's different when you're in the courtroom because one of the biggest important things to judges is to respect the room, respect the courtroom. And they hold people in contempt all the time who disrespect the courtroom. So Bruiser did say something interesting. He said, I would have loved to hear what the back and forth between them two. And I think they purposely left that out because you heard that after she got dressed out, cameras, all of a sudden the cameras on, see everything. But if you're the news and you're trying to make the judge look bad, you're not going to add in a part where she was talking back and forth with the judge and what she may or may not have said.
Or maybe she's a minor. They can't.
Yeah, she is a minor. But Sweeney, the main reason I asked you that, because there was an interview with Kamala Harris where she was saying, you don't understand the power I have. As a prosecutor, I can just, with the swipe of my pen, lock you up for 2 weeks and then change my mind about it. That's the power that I have. I heard her saying that. And when I think about the way that judge,
she was a prosecutor?
This was, when she was a prosecutor, that's what she was saying. This was, so I was listening to that interview.
And you want Kamala Harris. And I mean, not because of that, although she does have a history of locking innocent civilians in prison, locking them up innocently. Yeah. But women are screaming Hail Mary. Women are screaming, this is an alley-oop for African American women to have her get into the White House. The Sigma Di Phi Alpha and all this other stuff. Ricky Smiley. It's like, this is an alley-oop. This is a dunk. Steve Harvey. Man, all y'all some feminists. This is some feminist type shit, bruh. Nobody want that woman in the White House, no bit. And I wouldn't even want the orange man in the White House either. But you gonna swing your vote either way. You're not gonna go independent. You're not gonna see what other candidate is best. I know you. You're gonna swing for Donald Trump. But just say it.
Interview, and I was like, the callousness this lady has with locking people up without thinking about the repercussions that they could have to their life just because you feel a slight inconvenience. Now, I'm not saying that people can't get their courtroom under control and all that stuff. I'm speaking to the callousness of somebody just traumatizing somebody at they bequest just because they kind of felt like it. That kind of transpired in my. That's what I was correlating that to.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I understand where you're coming from on that, and you're absolutely right. Like, I don't like when people just abuse their power. I don't think this was necessarily that situation. I think this was a very real situation that can happen to anybody that was in that courtroom. A judge addresses you, because now if he just was like, "Hey, kick that chick out of she out there falling asleep in my room, put her in the back," I think that's different. But when you but he said, "Hey," he asked her twice not to fall asleep in there.
That is that is correct. Look at Judge Mathis. If you give that teenager an opportunity to have another choice, we have no idea what she would do in the future. She might want to be a judge, but needless to say, we don't know what the future holds, but I see what Lisa is talking about. But in order for you to be anything in life, you have to be disciplined. You have to listen and follow instructions. That's when you get a certain age, they teach you how to follow instructions. And another thing, learn how to read instructions for yourself. Reading is fundamental.
And so what that tells me, if he said, "I'm gonna dress you out, I'm gonna put you in the back," there have to have been a back and forth. We don't know what the back and forth is, but just
so you might be assuming it's a back and forth. What I was assuming happened, because we neither one of us know for sure. The way I viewed it happening was he kind of threatened her to get the respect he wanted, and because he didn't get the initial reaction, he Because you know, if you wolf at somebody, you kind of gotta keep elevating it. Is how she got into the clothing, where she was like, "But I ain't even." Again, we just speculating.
So Marcus, are you saying that there's nothing that a 16-year-old could have said that we didn't hear that could have?
Absolutely, there's something. I just don't know what it was. I feel like if it would have been relevant enough, he would have spoke on it at least. I think for him saying I'm standing on what I did, I think he would have also added the context to why he's saying he's standing on it. Like that young lady told me, "Fuck you, suck my SMD," all of this. So at that point, I decided to hold her in contempt.
Well, thank God he's not on the show anymore.
Or threaten to hold her in contempt. But he didn't say that. He just said, I didn't like her attitude. Now, her attitude could be anything. It could be she wasn't as responsive. She stayed quiet. She rolled her eyes.
Yeah, it could be anything. You roll your eyes, snitch your teeth, shake your head. I know all them little telltale signs. Trust me. I was staying with my cousin, my oldest cousin, prior to my mother and father working on the same nights. But yeah, my mom looked at me and said all the time, even though I didn't even know, because I didn't even know that I was doing it. Was rolling my eyes, even though I wasn't rolling my eyes, I was just looking like what up, mom? Like, but my eyes never moved. However, my oldest cousin, she just did not care. She just did all that little trick shit and wondered why her lips were red by Pop. Like, oh, you want to roll your eyes? Pop. You want to get attitude? Pop. No, I can't do that no more, Jack. You can't do that no more. They'll send you. They'll call 911 on your. I want my child to call 911 on me. I was like, you can call 911. You got to get to your phone now. And when they get here, you go with them. And when you go with them, do not come back. Gotcha.
She did something that you know what I'm saying, an immature child would do, because they don't have a full.
Have you ever witnessed 16-year-old?
Do you like having a PO box but are tired of wasting time and money driving to the post office?
No.
Being nonchalant or disrespectful to an adult?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it safe to say there's some common examples or common phrases or things that they typically do that make you be like, okay, this is badass little ass kid?
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
I mean, I know we don't know what it is, but I mean, since we don't know, I think it's safe to assume that she was probably doing some of those things.
The reason I don't want to assume it is because I feel it's my personal opinion, and I could be all the way wrong. I feel like he would have said that though, outside of just she wasn't respecting me the way I wanted to be respected. And there are people who I've seen this shit happen in conversation where they'll be having a perfectly normal conversation with somebody and then just get disrespectful and then be mad when you respond to it.
But
he came off as somebody kind of like that. And I could be wrong. I don't know that man. I don't know enough of his story. I just feel like in this instance, he was extremely wrong. It seemed like and no matter what you do, this shit wrong.
To a little girl. And he's a judge. There's so much power in there. It just wasn't that necessary.
What does that have to do with the person in China? Why does all those elements? Elements have to be played out for somebody being disrespectful in court?
If it's a woman and a man, right?
So if it was a young boy, we'd sit there and say, "Oh, it's okay for it." If it was a man that did that to the judge, then we'd say, "Yeah, put that nigga in the back."
It was a girl.
Why does it always goes back? It always goes back to that. It always seems to go back to that. When are we ever going to cut this shit out? Stop with this gender war bullshit, please. I feel a gender war-ish conversation brewing. Just stop it, fam. Stop. If it was a man, you didn't send that nigga to the back. Send him to jail. Send him to court for life. Shut up, dude. Continue to cut hair, nigga. Like,
what I'm trying to say is a little girl. The way she thinks.
I'm sorry. I just get irritated when whenever you get shit like this and they have conversations, whatever subject that they're on, it doesn't matter what subject it is. It in the midst of it being good, it always goes back to whose fault it was. Man or woman, and it always comes down to the woman. In this case, when a little girl gets in trouble, people are going to say, you're going to be certain women that are outraged. Screw them, because they don't know any better, and they want to turn this world upside down. Hell, they already turned this world upside down, from the feminist movement to the Black Lives Matter movement to the LBGTQHIV movement. All that shit just dominated the world at one stretch. But people get it. People outside of that world, they actually get it. And they are not going to stand for that shit though. But I'm not going to continuously stand for this. All this yap and talk. Yes, I get it, fam. I get it. Maybe he was out of line. Maybe he wasn't. But the fact of the matter is, in that courtroom, everything, when you step into that courtroom, it is law. No matter if hearing the prosecution, if there's a hearing going on, or if I'm just mentoring some kids, it is law. Once I hit that domain, once I hit that, it's like soil. Once I hit that soil, I am to be nothing but to show my best in front of any judge, black, white, or indifferent.
From where he's coming from, he already has power. If he was not even a judge, he would.
Sweeney, she's on your side, Sweeney.
Oh, right, I am on your side.
I'm like, what is you arguing here?
No, but you got to understand it from the little girl's point of view. You see what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
That's all upbringing. I mean, the way you just did the precedence of what he is kind of justifies the behavior she could have potentially had.
My bad, y'all. My bad.
Judge. I mean, he got a role. And then you kind of look at him as a man or a human being. And that's anybody who actually wear a uniform. I think the purpose is to try to appear, I don't want to use superhuman because I don't want to trigger nobody thinking that's like, oh, I'm better than you. But just wearing a uniform kind of puts a layer in front of, oh, I'm not just a man, I'm a judge. Or I'm not just a man, I'm a soldier. You get what I'm saying? So I'm a soldier first, then I'm a man. Everything that I do and obligated to and vow to is the uniform first. And then my personal preferences or beliefs or behavior or whatever comes after that.
I think you're missing what I'm saying, because if you're a man, right, and a woman walks in a room, you don't feel intimidated. But if it's vice versa, a woman could feel intimidated if it's a man walking into a room. Am I right, ladies?
You're right when you put it as a man, but whenever you put it as a judge, it's different. Because
but she's a little girl.
If you classify him, if you give him his status, his title, then that changes things for a man and woman. Because if a man walk into a room with a judge, he's gonna be intimidated. It's not because he's a man; it's because he's a judge. If he just leave it at his title, then the intimidation should go across the board, whether you're a man or a woman. But when you take away his title, then now you can kind of play the little gender exercise or whatever you're trying to do.
I don't like to be dismissed, so I'm just gonna talk to like a human being. So what I'm trying to say is, when you with the whole judge thing, a 16-year-old doesn't get that. She doesn't understand the gravity of the situation. That's why it's kind of you taking advantage of the situation.
So isn't that a way to show the gravity of the situation is to say, hey, look, being disrespectful.
my thing is this. Whenever I'm in front of somebody with a uniform, it is to be not regarded but respected until it is not deemed as such. But that's not for my decision to make. My purpose is if I'm being done wrong, then I have to go to the higher ups. She was not being done wrong. She was being told the truth, whether she knew it, liked it, or not, that she was being disrespectful. And then all the other stuff came into play where, you know, she was possibly thrown out. We don't know because everything was blurred. But what I do know is, in my experience, I have seen plenty of children act crazy in front of judge, in front of police, in front of in front of their parents, in front of the school, in front of the principal, in front of the teacher. I've seen it all. I've relatively seen it all. We can't excuse any of this because it's not excusable, you know. I don't. At the end of the day, I don't see anything bad come out of it because he wasn't going to send her to jail. He wasn't going to send her to jail at all. Just put the clothes on. It's like scared again. It's some scared straight shit, right? And at the end, he wanted to help her. At the end, he contacted the parents and let them know this no hard feelings. When I'm not in the courtroom, I literally am a father, which I'm sure he is. I'm sure he has children. I am so sure he has children that many of us can relate. But there's always that one. There's always that one.
In a courtroom, I'm going to show you the gravity of the situation you're in. When you
I think the problem is because she was sleeping. If it was something like she stole something from a store, then it would merit that. But she just showed up as
Yeah, she could have went to the state bar and she could have filed a complaint if she felt that she was traumatized or she felt some type of particular way. But in my opinion, at the end of the day, it wouldn't matter because they would have looked at the tape and they would have absolutely saw the same. But you have those people out there that feel that he could have done something a little different, which I can totally understand.
just a citizen, like a kid.
Why do we keep stopping at the sleeping part? Why don't we? Something else happened after that.
Too.
She went to sleep. He asked her to stay up. Then she disrespected him. It wasn't the sleeping part.
But that's the thing. With the disrespect is not clear. He cannot even defend himself.
Well,
he can just do all of that the power dynamic part. But he could say, "I'm gonna put you in this uniform." But he can't say what the little girl did.
He said she fell asleep twice, and he didn't like her attitude.
Yeah.
That was.
I don't know.
How about
I don't know how y'all.
children?
I don't know how y'all this 16-year-old.
But children are held accountable in courtrooms all the time.
Check this out. State Farm was charging me $179 for auto insurance per month. No, thank you. I have the
Children are held accountable in courtrooms all the time. Sometimes at that age, are tried as adults. So understood. As she did, as she did something.
He showed up.
So no, I dig that. I still believe he was a little bit over the top. I don't because you know that it's not his child, first of all, and he's not there to discipline him. So that's wrong. But we're making it seem as if children aren't supposed to be responsible at 16 years old. At that point, there is a failure as a parent for you to not understand the seriousness of a courtroom. My children absolutely know that and are younger than that young lady.
Yeah, I watched Law and Order at 16.
She should know. Children are held accountable all the time. Whatever when they get into trouble, they're not saying okay. And we understand that there is different punishment for children, but there still is some punishment. So I don't think that's a good reason to even use about her just not understanding the magnitude of the situation. You're in a courtroom. They had to have briefed them at least a little bit. Still out of line. Still shouldn't have did all that. He should have kicked their ass out and left it at that. But we can't act like when you're 16. And in a lot of countries, that's the age of consent. Like there's countries that allow them to drink beer at that age. So it's like we really do our children a disservice by.
Those are the countries, sir. I really don't like that guy.
Telling them they're not responsible or they're not liable for situations, because when you're in the real world, a lot of people don't care if you're a kid. If they do something to disrespect somebody on the street, they're not going to care they're a kid. They're going to be treated as an adult. If they run by and push somebody or at any type of thing, there was kids running around with super soakers, hitting people with super soakers, and they were held accountable like they were adults. Some people took out real pistols and did them dirty. So what I'm saying is you have to teach children.
That happens here. That happened on many occasions here in America. What are you talking about, sir? Didn't that happen to not Amar Arbery, but Kamia Rice or something? A little boy that was at the park and he had a toy gun and the police shot him. Wasn't there another incident where a boy had a toy gun at Walmart and somebody spotted him, potentially made him a victim, and said that he had a gun, which he had a toy gun? How is a 12-year-old wield a gun, an actual real gun? Where does he get a real gun from? Where does he get a real gun from? He ain't getting it from me, because I got my guns in a safe deposit box. The only way he is going to get a gun is through my hip, and he is not getting that. He's not getting it. A dumbass would actually give him a gun. Even if he gave him a real gun, he wouldn't know how to use it. So let's act like it's not just overseas or anything like that. This happens here too. Let's stop being so damn, I don't know.
Yeah, that was a real thing. They banned super soakers where we were at. So what I'm saying is it's a real thing. You have to prepare them for the real world and let them understand, like, hey, Dig, you should know where you're going. I would have certainly briefed my children on it. If I'm signing the permissions, if I'm telling them how to conduct themselves in the court, and I'm actually doing my best to prepare that child for the day. And I understand they had special circumstances, but we can't behave as if they don't have tons of resources for children who are in school, right? I'm sure they had somewhere. They likely had somewhere to go. Even if you sleeping in the whip, whatever, you're gonna get good sleep in that damn whip. I'm gonna make it as comfortable as possible. Whatever it is that you have to do to make sure that this person is performing well. She's saying she's having enough sleep to have good grades. If she's having good grades, then she must be getting sufficient sleep to be able to perform like that. Because if you tired, you ain't getting good grades. That's real, Marcus. If you tired, you're not getting good grades.
Hell no, that's not true, bro. Like most people, they be getting like an hour of sleep a day. Cram, go take the test. Then come on.
Okay.
Well, guess what? Statistically speaking, children who don't get rest perform worse in school. Statistically.
Also, this is from the judge's mouth. He told reporters that he had ordered that the girl be handcuffed and put in uniform, not because she fell asleep, but rather because she had responded with attitude when he told her not to sleep in his courtroom. Now, I don't know what y'all look at as responding with attitude, but we know when a kid responds with attitude, what that sound and looks like.
But this is what we don't address this when how girls and women supposed to act. We always addressing how boys are supposed to be, but black.
Wait. That's bullshit. No. The hell with that. That's bullshit. That's total freaking bullshit. We address everybody. We address any and everybody. That's just a crock of bullshit. I don't know where we get this whole ideology from where we just teach the boys. No, we teach the boys and the girls. This is where I grew up. This is the reason why we are so lost in the sauce. And black people are just nearly divided in sections. It's like our own little tribe without our own country. We don't have a country. The only country is relevant, I should say, continent. But we don't. We don't belong in that continent now, do we? No, because we don't proclaim for who we are. But that's a different story. That's a different story, a different live stream. All I'm saying is that was bullshit what she was speaking. That's just total bullshit. We teach everybody. We teach from the girls and the boys how to freaking behave in the classroom, outside the classroom, when you're in my care, when you're in my protection, because there's usually 2 or 3 teachers, one in front and one in back. Right? There's the head teacher and there's the substitute teacher. Right? This is when I was growing up. I don't know about nowadays. I don't know. I don't know how y'all do. I don't know how people do things. They do things a little different. I don't know, and I don't care. The problem that I have is that we separate kids from gender. When you're in my classroom and you're in my care, I don't care if you're a girl or boy, black or white or whatever. If you're in my classroom for an hour, if we end up going somewhere beforehand, I'm gonna give you this flyer, and I'm gonna give it to you. I want you to give it to your parents, and I want you to tell them we're taking a field trip to a downtown to a district court. This is your field trip, right? And we all hope we're in hopes of the parents or parent to teach them how to act in a damn courtroom. Come on, this is crazy.
Girls don't know like how much your attitude can get you in trouble, and so we need to teach them that. And I think that before I think
How come they don't know that?
The real problem is that she never gets checked at home. And now all of a sudden, like the judge is like the first person that she gotta, deal with as an adult, because even if her mom was checking her mom would have some kind of accountability in her voice. She's like, "Oh my gosh, poor me," and you can just tell that this is her first time
Welcome to the channel.
having
Welcome
to deal
to the
with
channel.
consequences at all. So that's poor parenting on her end, I believe.
No, I'm not gonna say she a great parent, but I can't write that because that mom seemed like the type of mom that probably cursed that girl out on the regular to keep it real. She don't seem like she missed words. I don't think that's what. But this is just me again. We all speculating, right?
Anything that she's done that indicate that she might be should be mentioned in the same sentence as parent and great.
No, I'm not saying she's a great parent.
I think everything she portrayed was a bad parent.
No, I'm not saying she's a good parent or a great parent or none of that. I'm speaking to when she said she probably never had no consequences. And I'm saying I believe that that's the type of mom that probably cursed her kid out. I don't think that's what she's doing. But the other point I was trying to make was that again, he only referenced the sleeping and did not give a tangible.
So this is what we're doing. We got a long way to go, but again, I don't see anything wrong. It's just merely, but this. I'm just gonna go back just a little bit, and I'm gonna play from the beginning. And for those who just came in the room, salute to you. I want you to hear the rage that, and this was on Big Boy's channel.
He looks like a piece of shit for bullying a young girl who was there on her own free will. This is not a person who was a defendant. This wasn't a person who needed to be scared straight like a fucking reality TV character. To Dr. Greg's point about the spectacle, this is
Roly-poly Martin. Thank you.
abhorrent, unconscionable behavior. It is symptomatic of the way, or it is indicative of the way that Black girls are over-policed or over-criminalized, are adultified in a way that's so harmful. And to see her mother break down in tears, I'm sure this young girl is traumatized. He put her through an entire humiliation ritual, having her classmates vote on whether or not they should show mercy to her and send her to jail for what? He talked about her having an attitude. You have the fucked up, hubristic attitude that's abusive and a bully to abuse this girl who was in your courtroom to learn, but because of her life circumstances, maybe didn't have the focus that you felt like she should have had. Instead of exercising compassion and empathy and understanding, you wanted to exert your authority over a helpless child, because this is still a child that we are talking about. And so he is unfit to serve, because if this is how he would treat an innocent person, a person who is not there for any crime, for any kind of bad behavior, if this is how he would treat that person, then you know he cannot be impartial towards a person who is in front of his court, who's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. So this is disgusting. And even upon reflection, he doubled down.
How many of y'all think this is just some feminist, what she's talking about? She's being a little bit over zealous, or is she in the right? Is she being a little overzealous, or is she in the right? I think she just, in my opinion, this has little to do with nothing. Because I see it. I see it all the time now. Any man gets out of hand with with a boy, it's fine. Send them to the damn cage. But when it comes to a girl, there is I don't know. Oh, you saying it's 100% too much? Okay, there you got one opinion. You got one opinion, and that's fine. But I don't. She maybe he was a little bit too overzealous. Maybe not. But I just remember what I went through a long time ago. I remember what I went through, and I came out perfectly fine. Nothing is going to happen to her. She's not going to go to jail. They do this to basically get you out of prison. They get you out of the court. They get you out of prison. Instead of having your freedom, you get your freedom taken away from you when you do dumb shit. Right or wrong. I would think at that age, you would love your freedom. You're free to play video games. You're free to go out late at night when it's the weekends or some shit like that. You're free to do you're free to do your homework. You're free to take, to eat, to sleep in your own bed. But when you're in jail and you're in prison, you have those rights don't exist. They don't exist. You know this. Are they trying to take it further and sue him? I have no clue. Possibly, maybe, but he reached at the end of it. He reached out to the parents already. He reached out to the parents, and oh wait, I think he did sue. I think they did sue. I think they did. But at either rate, he ended up reaching out to the parents and ended up talking with them and saying that he wants to mentor her. And just think of all the things that she could learn, and she's young. By the time she is 30, she would be a great prosecutor or defender or even a judge. I don't know how long it takes for the process for you to be a judge and all. maybe like 5, maybe 6, 7, 8 years. And you have to pass your bar exam or something. I don't know how that go. I don't want to go back to school. I don't want to go back to school and find out. She could have dropped the attitude, but that goes a long way. We don't never tell white kids to drop the attitude, but we want to tell all day black kids to drop the attitude. Come on. That's crazy.
He said he didn't do anything wrong. You have to teach these kids. This is not about these kids. This is about you, sir, and your up attitude, and you thinking that you can get away with whatever the hell you want to get away with. So it's not enough to just remove him. He needs to be kicked the out of the judiciary entirely. And he deserves to beg and plead for her mercy and for her apology. He has no business mentoring her. How ridiculous it is for him to say he wants to mentor her. Mentor her for what? On how to be a depraved asshole? I don't think so. So
yeah, she comes off as feminist to me.
This is one of the most infuriating things that I've seen in a very long time. I hope that this girl and her family have to have a GoFundMe that we can help get her secure housing. She's an excellent student according to her mother. She's doing the right thing. And guess what? Even if you're having a bad day, even if you aren't a perfect student, even if you aren't a perfect citizen, you do not deserve to be abused and humiliated by a person who has authority over you, and certainly not in front of a group of your peers and on YouTube.
It would have been really nice, or I think beneficial for all of us to be able to hear the back and
I don't know. But all I know is there was some good that came out of it. Obviously, if I had to listen to Roly Poly Martin's channel, it's probably going to take it a different type of a way because of the people that you have up there in your company. I don't know, and it doesn't matter anything to me. All I know, I would have done the exact same thing. I would have done the exact same shit, the exact same thing, because do we realize what in the time that we live in right now? And oh, by the way, before I forget, Lisa, Bridget, who else is in here? Lisa, Tracy, if you're still here. Helen, if you're still here, I know you're working right now. And of course, TikTok, if he or she is still here. I just want to welcome you all to your new sector. Welcome to the lock sector. I will explain in full details in a little while. I will explain in full details. Oh, here comes Mahogany Root. Welcome to the lock sector, ma'am. One of my top queens. One of my top queens in the sector. I need 10 queens and I need 10 kings. 10 queens and 10 kings. 10 queens and 10 kings. I'm on my own market. I'm sorry. But yes. Welcome to the lock sector. Welcome to the lock sector. As you can see, we are perfectly clean up in here. The only thing I require is no talking about children. Let's not play that game. We ain't gonna talk about nobody's kids. Don't be like Daryl. Please do not be like that. Please do not be like this nigga. Don't be like that. And we ain't definitely gonna have no JPs up in here or no Floras or no shit like that. If you, as a matter of fact, if you happen to see these people, just give them an all-time ban. That's just it. If you see Flora, if you see JP, if you see Daryl, if you happen to see him, all-time ban. That's it. That's all. Other than that, welcome, welcome, welcome. Now I gotta do these. I gotta do this. I gotta do these sponsors real quick. It ain't gonna take a minute or two. Hopefully, you'll be in the facility. You'll be in New York pretty soon for these YouTube awards. The prices have gone down, but still tickets are going like hotcakes. So let's do these promotions real.
Get ready for the most glamorous event of the year, the U2B Streets Awards 2025, February 9, 2025, at Laven Midtown, located at 641 West 42nd Street, New York City. Join us at 12 p.m. for the pre-show red carpet extravaganza and a chance to win $500 in our fashion contest. From 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., enjoy the gold tier experience with speakeasy confessionals, press interviews, and premium cocktails. At 4 p.m., the platinum tier includes performances, a comedic host, an award ceremony, dinner, and gift bags. From 8 p.m., the diamond tier features a VIP after party with a DJ, aerial dance, fire performances, and gift bags. 24 YouTube categories and many nominees. Can't attend in person? Stream the entire event live on Hush and Move Media via Uscreen for just $9.99. Get your early bird tickets before September 15, 2024. Visit now. Be a sponsor. Be extraordinary. Be there. Be great.
All right, we're gonna transition to one of the topics that I came up with because I need to know, and maybe Mahogany Roots can tell me what do I'm gonna say it in DMX style. What these niggas want from what do these dudes want from women do? It's the same dramatization bullshit that I run into each and every time I run in a live stream. It's like a nigga don't even know what he want. A nigga don't even know what he when he gets into a certain age. It's like he can't what I can't walk up to a girl number. It's like it's stressing me out. It's like these chicks, man, these bitches, all they do is they get pregnant and shit. And they go, no, what did he say? What did dude say? Oh yeah. You know, this bitch, you know, she get dicked down by a dude, and then she don't even wash down there. She get rid of the dude, she don't even wash down there, and she go to the hood and she hook up with two other dudes, and she gets slapped down by two other dudes. And then you got this situation, right? Where a chick, you know, I don't even know how it went. It is like a teacher by day and a stripper by night, and she does this and she does that. She does OnlyFans, and she don't even cook. She don't clean. She don't do nothing for. It's like I just need somebody who's straight up and is gonna, you know, do me for me and cook and clean and suck me off whenever I need to be sucked off. It's like that's hard to find nowadays in 2024. You know what's hard to find in 2024? A good effing R&B song. All your R&B artists are gone. I'm saying that to say something else. Just hear me out. I'm saying that to say this. It is so hard. The link is in the box, by the way. It is so freaking hard to find a good R&B artist that it doesn't matter if it's hip hop, rather rap, or R&B. It's always a nigga want to get into a woman's vagina. That's mainly it. Ain't no art no love making, no sweat, no tears. It's like you a punk when you start crying tears, but you act female-ish when you start complaining on live streams. I don't get that shit. I don't get it. That's why I love being a Gen Xer. I don't know about y'all motherfuckers, but I love being who I am. Because I remember the sweat and the making love to a person that you love and you respect, and they all around you and you all around them. It's like, damn, what nowadays niggas always complain about? It's like, I want a woman with short hair. I can never find a woman with short hair. What? Their hair is always glued to their hair. Why can't anybody walk that? Now, I love a natural woman now. I like a natural woman, but I don't complain when you got weed. I don't complain. I'm just gonna snatch it off you anyway. Your eyelids, the eyelids are too fucking long. Oh, your nails, you know your nails ain't that big. You're right. So what? They complain about the makeup. They complain about the makeup. They complain about the hair. They complain about the titties. They complain about if the booty was too big. Or they complain about if the pussy stank. If they complain about if the feet got hammer time on the feet. What can you do? What do you do? And if a sister come up here, like I said, the link is in the description. Let me put the link up there, motherfucker. If I heard so much shit, it's like, I just want a woman that could just cook me a sandwich. Just cook me a sandwich and just shut up. Cook me. Just let me play PlayStation. I don't want to hear your mouth. Oh, I don't want to hear you just coming out the room looking out the way you want to look. You ain't coming with me. If you look like this and that and this and that and this and that, ain't that what she was wearing when you first met her? Ain't that what she was looking like when you first met her? Like she had like kind of like a see-through, but it really wasn't see-through. If you get what I don't know what y'all women wear. It's like you're naked, but it's like another layer onto it, if you know what I mean. But I'll get it. Y'all look at the Meg Thee Stallion. I want to sidebar. Meg Thee Stallion, she's wicked. She's wicked and she's dangerous. I seen the last video that she made. Very wicked. It's not because of the serpent. I'm not tripping on that. Everybody's tied into serpents nowadays. It's a spirit behind that. So I suggest y'all be careful what y'all think in y'all minds and y'all put out there. And I suggest y'all be careful with that. But anyway, she is still like a star, that bullshit. And she starts dancing and it kind of remind me of a Baphomet ritual. If y'all know what the Baphomet is, put a 1 in the chat if you know what a Baphomet is. But she's dealing in symbolism now. So she's part of the Illuminati. She is a part of that group. And everybody wants to get mad at Sukihana, which we be getting to in a little bit. But everybody wants to get mad at Sukihana for getting out of her contract. She gonna get back. If she does, then that's on her. But for right now, we should be congratulating, like that she realized that she was in a situation where it could have gotten ugly for her because she's in the business. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think men really want? What do you think? Let me see if I can pull this up. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please, if you have any spare change, I don't ask for too much. If you have any spare change, you know what I'm saying? Hook a brother up. A little spare change, like $1 here, 50 cents there. You know, little spare change. Help the coffee. Help the coffee fund. Help the coffee fund. Now, I would like to know, right? I like to know what it is. Oh, yeah, and become a member too. I would like to know breaking news. Nah, I'm not. Baller X be coming out with some fly shit. I don't feel like doing all that. I don't feel like doing all that. We're gonna stick to the script. Let me see if I can find this son bitch. Let's see. Ain't that? Nope. 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 Not simping. Give me 1 second. Which one was that? I'm sorry, y'all, for taking so long. Hold on. Which one was it? Not Sister T. Sister T is great. Shouts out to Sister T. They come from that particular part of the sector. I don't fuck around with them. But which one was it that I was supposed to be doing? Which one was it supposed to be doing? And take your time. But going over the lock sector. You can bring anybody you want, right? You bring anybody you want with the intention to just have fun and relax, and we ain't got to be all like these other sectors. We want to try. The key word here, underline the word try, to make this a safe haven for people. Safe haven for people like, you know, D. Durrell, if you wanted to come through, right? You know, for L. Nix, if he wanted to come through, right? Yeah, Tracy, for Lisa, for Mahogany, for Brownie, if she wanted to come through. This is our sector. This is our sector right here. This is our personal sector, even though it's on my channel. You can still I'm gonna come up with this. I'm gonna come up with the signs and everything. Don't worry about that shit. All that shit is coming. The flag is coming, and it's going to be in part of like the RBG flag. You can make an RBG, you can make it like a Jamaican flag or whatever, but we are a part of the same group. We are family. We are family at the end of the day. Again, the rule of thumb is if you see Beryl, if you see JP, and if you see Flora, excommunicado. Motherfucker, excommunicado their asses. Which excommunicado meaning you are not to come to the side of the sector. You are not. You are banned. Motherfucker, you is fucking banned. I might have to figure out what the Judge. Oh. I know now. I know now. I know now. Find it first. Fuck it. I gotta find it first. 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 And oh, by the way, Mahogany, when I said I forgot what the fuck I said. Okay, you're gonna go down, even if I have to drag you down. By the way, when I said what was I saying? When I say don't put your personal stuff out there, I mean like I meant that with intention to say, look how many people particularly like to run their mouths and shit. And personally, I could go about my old ways and say I could literally punch a motherfucker in the face, but that's just me because I wouldn't put my shit out there unless somebody had evidence that has some type of shit on me. You know what I mean? Because you know how these people are. You know how these people are, shit. But you already know. So we don't have to go. We don't have to go through all that. We do not have to go through all that right there. You know what? I did find it. I just gotta look. Now I know what I'm looking for. Thank you very much. I know what I'm looking for. Sorry it's taking me so long. I found it. Sorry it's taking me so long, fellas and ladies. Here we go. Here we motherfucking go. Fair use, fair fucking use. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's that busy watching me. Oh, let me go up. I understand. And again, that is everybody. It's just like that whole situation with Fatty and Brownie and how that all came about. It's starting to become a little bit crazy. You know what I mean? And before y'all start to go all fucking crazy and shit, y'all need to come to a place where you know where you can be yourself. I don't tell anybody to go off script. Do what you do. Do what you do. Tracy, where are you originally from? Or are you just like I don't want to call you a troll. I don't want to call you a troll. What can I call you? Because this is your first time here. What do I call you? Let's call you a regular person. I haven't seen you here before. Are you from a particular type of sector? I just want to talk while I cue this up. And where's my barbecue, girl? No, sector, not where you live. Not where you live. Where is your sector? Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's where my pastor's wife went to. That's where she was born, Fort Wayne, Indiana. And that's where the Jacksons were born. Fort Wayne, Indiana, I think. That's where they were born. Okay, fair use. Here we go.
If she's going to be defensive and aggressive and / or, you know, what's that word? Aggressive,
combative.
I will have to put myself to the side on that. But I'm not talking to her. I'm talking to you. And
yes.
you want to be combative to me.
But I'm being quiet and reasonable to you.
Yeah.
And you're being combative. And you're being combative to me, and we don't even have a romantic relationship. And I've
Do you
not
want to
been
date me? Case you, goddamn, just say it, goddamn. So that's the theory that I'm getting from you.
It's a yes or no question, HQ. Do you want to date him or no? Answer.
There we go.
Saying she HQ sounded reasonable. Jay, you gotta observe, brother. Very simple. Very simple. Like, gotta
Can't say nothing else. I can't. Reason being, when I first got on the show, I was like this, that, and third. But after that point till now, I done had a lot of, self-reflection. But evidently, that ain't good enough. So
ain't good enough as far as what? What you mean?
This nigga.
Yeah, the power is still off. I just can't get the.
This nigga is flabbergasted, just all over the place.
Because let's be real. You're going to say every this and that and third, but you don't know nothing about me. You don't know a goddamn thing about me. You ain't walk a mile in my shoe. You ain't walk the city block in my.
Is this nigga drunk?
Everyone is.
The issues and they tell us the women, but this is good info, Jay. We definitely appreciate your transparency, brother.
Yeah.
I says, is that red pill?
I don't mean you necessarily a 10. We just reviewed the sister. He didn't say gorgeous in the face.
Hold on.
He wasn't shooting a shot at me. He drunk off his ass. First of all, that's the one requirement that I have, that you're not a drinker. I just can't handle people that are outside of their regular character. It's just I just can't handle people who are outside of their regular character. That's why I don't drink. That's why I don't smoke, or I don't do weed, or I don't do any of those things, because I don't want to be outside of my body. But Jay, I could tell he was wound very tight, and to find out he wants a lady who got 5 babies. He wants and he's coming up here asking.
Oh yeah. I almost forgot about that.
For all of these
yeah,
things.
let me find that.
How are you asking for all of these things?
Here's the problem. I'll say this real quick. When you in that
straight up,
see, hold on.
You're not high value man. You're not a high value man. Let's put that out there.
I never said I was.
Okay, I found it, y'all.
Yes,
I found it. Okay. Before I play this, tell me if this sounds weird to you. And it goes back to my question. What do dudes really want with a woman? What do they want in a woman? What do they want out of a woman? Understand, overstand, and understand this. When you come up to a woman and you're single, she's single, go to the basics. The basics is if you have to embarrass yourself, hopefully it's just one time. If you have to write on a piece of paper, will you go out with me? Yes, no, or maybe, and draw boxes besides the yes, the no, and the maybe, then do so. But if not, like, what the hell, man? But tell me if this sounds weird.
If you can't come correctly with a better attitude than what you have. Okay. So all of that. Bus driver, there's nothing wrong with a bus driver, nothing at all. I love men in a uniform. Any man in a uniform is attractive to me. But the whole point is, there's no way I'm going over there and you telling me, you ain't wearing them eyelashes, you ain't going out of the house looking like that. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to do that. No woman wants to be handcuffed before she gets into a relationship with a man regarding her and what she finds attractive on her body. No woman wants that.
Okay. I was going to just, back down and let, these guys have the rest of the show. So, let's be honest. I have said some things that feel right for me. Why I can't have that? You got these women that are sleeping with a guy one night, let's say Monday. They go on Kendrick G's show Tuesday, talking about they looking for a man.
So I'll here. So I would say ask yourself those questions, Jay. So are you saying like why those guys getting these women, or why?
No. Why these girls are going on her show that had slept with the guy 12 hours before she goes, and she probably ain't take a shower, fish smelling and everything. Whoop, whoop. Then she talking about she needing a man for a long-term relationship.
You know, I say this. I seen this.
Is that realistic, ladies? Is that realistic? What are you saying? I'm asking, is that realistic? What are you saying? Put a 1 or 2 in the chat.
It's real, Jay, because I feel like you due to black pills, you focusing on the wrong thing. You know, I seen this reel like come across my feed that say, you know, if you skiing, if you don't want to hit the trees, you got to focus on the path. You want to do the trees, but if you start looking at the trees, you're gonna hit the daggone trees. So what I'm saying, Jay, you must stop worrying about what people are doing that you don't, what the sisters doing that you don't like. Eliminate them. Focus on the women that are doing what you do like. Focus on the women that aren't giving these hyena, characteristics, ain't handing out black pills. Don't focus on what you want. Don't focus on.
Well, like we said, that's few and far in between in Atlanta. That's why if you first got to get out of that toxic pool of women.
Hey, I'm back. Thank you. Hey.
Okay, we got some buzzing. We got some buzzing. I don't know if that's a fan. I don't know or what.
I like HQ. HQ tells it like it is, like she should. I like HQ.
Both of y'all tell the truth. Both of y'all tell the truth. I got family down here, so I gotta have that family stability. So it's hard for me in that way. I get what you're saying though. I gotta pursue my own path at the same time. So it's like I can't do nothing but be my own man.
For sure.
Yeah.
For
sure.
What you got, HQ?
I mean, there's nothing, as I stated earlier, there's nothing wrong with what you're asking for. It's a combination of all of your things. You're not high value man. You're not a high value man. Let's put that out there.
I never said I was. I said I'm a working man.
Yes, I know that. So I'm saying you're not a high value man. You're an average man. You're just an average.
HQ's married? Is HQ married to him, or is HQ have her own separate husband? I'm not getting it.
This person, you're asking for her not to do this, not to do this, not to do this. She can't be fat. She got to be feminine. She can't wear makeup. She can't do that. She can't. What can she do? What is she supposed to do? She got to cook. She got to clean. She got to do all of these things. What else? You paying all the bills? You paying all the bills, huh? That's what I'm saying.
I never said I was going to be handcuffing. That's your interpretation of what I said. I never said that I wanted to have a woman chained up, ball or rope, or whatever you want to call it. I never said that. I just want a woman to be respectful for me, to meet me halfway with what I'm doing as an average Joe. That in this city that I live in, the problem is so many women out here that come down here, that live down here,
right,
either want to be on one side of the fence, that want to be like, they want to live love and hip hop lifestyles, they want to be the real housewives, they want to do all this trophy wife and shit, they want to be kowtow and catered to. And then you got the other side where the EBT hoes want to be wearing bonnets and goddamn leggings 2 sizes too small.
Nigga, you in Atlanta. What the fuck? You in Atlanta, nigga. Wait. Lisa, I need help. Wait a minute. You're in Atlanta. home of what? 87% of black people who are relative. Some of them are like 40% are relatively rich. And then you got the other side who is just middle class, and then kind of like still on that side, you got people who are a little bit tutti frutti. But you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Nigga, piece of advice for you, my man. Move. Just move to a place where it does not say Atlanta. Go to Savannah, but Savannah is like a country town. I've been to Savannah, Georgia. Go Norwood. I've never been to Norwood. But go somewhere, god dang it, where a woman is neutral. You won't find neutral people where I'm from. You don't find neutral people where I am now. It's Las Vegas is Las Vegas. You can find a good, nice woman in Las Vegas. You can't. It's just that they don't kowtow to the bullshit. But all I'm saying is, man, you in the wrong freaking place to find one. Unless you're a millionaire. Unless you're a millionaire, you can find yourself a nice black woman or a nice little snow bunny. You know how you Negroes are and you snow bunnies.
Oh, going to Walmart and shit, going to raid that goddamn parking lot that got evicted the other day, trying to get wigs and bonnets and lashes and everything. So I just want a woman that's just, satisfactory for me.
So
can I have that? Can I have that?
Yes.
I can't work with the woman that can work with me. Do you understand
what
I'm saying?
Yes. Which one are you chasing? The EBT woman or the woman on the other side? Which one?
He reminded. Can I get with you? Can I get? How many of y'all seen Body before? It's an old Master P movie. It's an old Master P movie. He looked like that nigga, that nigga in the street with the dress code on, with nothing on underneath there, and was walking with the car. Said, "Can I sip one with you, man? Can I just suck you? Can I just suck you? Oh, please, can I just smell it? Can I just get a whiff? Can we gonna heal this brother in the name of the Pentecostal Church? It is Sunday after all. I pleadeth in the name of the. Let me not play with that.
I'm not chasing nothing. I'm not chasing waterfalls. I'm not with TLC. I just want to have the best experience with a woman to benefit me for the rest of my life.
Okay, let me rephrase. Which woman are you attracted to?
When you say that, what do you mean?
I mean, you gave us two different women. Which one are you attracted to?
How can
you? The woman that I'm attracted to, and this is where the problem begins, because if I say it, they think I'm going to the left side. I just want a woman that has, decent hair, natural hair, that's not surgically repaired on her body, that has, a good personality. Hell, I'll take a woman with short hair to an extent. I don't like bald women. I'll say that straight up.
See, hold on real quick. Jay, I was going to say, before you said that, we got somebody in the chat right now, but you said the thing about bald, and then, she might be a little bald, but she's a wonderful woman.
What the fuck is wrong with him? What the hell's wrong with a woman with bald head? What's wrong with a woman with bald head? At one point in time, Sanaya Langton cut all her hair off. And that bitch, wow, I'll suck all the Oh, sorry, y'all. had a moment there, but needless to say, Sanaya Lathan, Zane, the music group, Grace Jones, to a certain extent. I mean, there's some good-looking women with bald heads. But again, it's the complaint with me. You want a woman with short hair. You want a woman with curly hair. You want a woman with long hair. You want a woman with braids. You want a woman with dreadlocks. You want a woman with this. You want a woman with that. It's just like she can change her hair from night to day. I mean, this is the reason why men and different are not the same. When we can't listen, this is expensive. This right here is expensive. But I've been having this for 7 years. When a woman can cut her head off, wait till it grows back a little bit, then twist it and have the extensions in it, they can do all that stuff. I don't care. As long as she's with me. She's with me. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Women change from night to day. She can have rules on the cheekbones. She can have all this structure, eye structure, a bold in her nose, a lip ring, and a big fucked up afro, looking like Angela Davis and some shit. But I don't really care as long as she's with me. And if she has a wig, or a lace front on, it ain't gonna matter to me because I'm gonna rip it off you anyway. And I'm gonna give it to you how you get the point.
Run it. Run it. Let me hear it out.
There you go. Where you at, Monique? Monique, you in the chat?
My girl Monique. Listen here, Jay. Monique can have your whole check.
Shut up, Helen. You know you got the lip ring around your nose. If you got a lip ring, if you got a ring around your nose or some shit pierced in your nose, you can have a bone around your. Shut up.
But that's Jay. Ultimately, brother, gotta stop the women, like you said, the bonnet hyenas out trying to raid the beauty supply products in the parking lot. Them women don't exist to you, Jay. They don't exist. You shouldn't even bother them up
because they righteous as a motherfucker.
But they don't exist. You don't like we tell Bonquisha come up here talking about she don't want to date men that's living in their grandma's basement, dusty and funky, covered in cheese, and they shouldn't exist. You know, women, marriage-minded women, those low-level men don't exist to them. And you, Jay, if you deem yourself to be on a certain level, women that's trying to raid hair products down in the dirt, you know, those women shouldn't even be on your radar. You know, you should be too busy focused on working and getting the woman you want. And I want to ask you this, Jay. I don't know much about Atlanta, but I know a lot of people love going to the mega churches in Atlanta. Have you ever tried, have you tried that? Have you gone to the churches and tried that, trying to find a good, wholesome, God-fearing sister?
The mega church has all those women that he doesn't want in them. If you think that the women that he's meeting outside of church are not acting like the women inside of church, because in Atlanta, churches are like the cheetah, like Magic City. You go to New Birth or you go to Creflo Dollar's church.
Yeah, Lisa. Yeah, I listen. Y'all got y'all churches down there. Listen, I'm not gonna speak to that. That ain't my place. So get mad at her. Don't get mad at me.
And people are dressed, they're more covered, but it's still the same kind of thing that he's saying he doesn't want. It's that pretentiousness. It's that I am somebody who I'm really not. I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses. So just because they're not trying to be on Love and Hip Hop, they still carry that same attitude. But he is mentioning a lot of negative things, like you said, when you got to stick to the path or you're going to hit the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like he keeps talking about all of the things he doesn't want. If you don't
We could turn our books, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, niggas and bitches. We could turn our books to the book of wonder. I wonder if she gonna fuck me tonight. I'm a clown.
Yeah, but here's the problem. I'll say this real quick. When you're in Atlanta and you skiing and it's virtually all trees every 6 inches, how do you navigate? You're gonna hit a tree.
It's the places that you go in Atlanta, right? Like, I live on the east side. For me to go anywhere, it has to be 30 minutes. I don't go to places where it's going to be people fighting over the weave in the barrel bin. I go to the High Museum. You know, I'll go to the James Room. Like, these are other places where, you know, people that are of like. I'm not saying that there's, you go to Cam Newton's spot, you're going to run into a lot of Hollywood kind of people, but you're going to run into less of the Bonquishas with the pink hair.
Listen, I ran into Cam 3 times. Yes, I ran into the real Cam Newton 3 times before. And let me tell you, he keeps a nice company with him. And he's with his lady, and they look good together. Right? I believe he's for that one man, one woman's bed. And good for him too. Good for him too. And I believe in my heart that he's still the ball player. He's still a good ball player. It's just that no one would take a chance on him. No one would take a chance on him. New England did what they did, and it is what it is. But we see him and we salute him. We salute him. Shouts out to Cam.
You're not going to see all of that at the High Museum. You're not.
But now it's going to cost him more to even, put his name in the hat.
But that's how it is in Atlanta.
But let me tell you real quick about Future. I spotted Future at where was he at? He was at the high rolling tables where I went to. Where I worked. He was at the high roller. Real good brother. Listen, shook his hand, gave him a dap, rolled out. But he's always having company with him. Always. He's had like 5 of them things with him. 5 of them good honeys with him. And got 4, 5, 10 of them niggas with him too. So yeah, that type of party. Just a little sidebar.
Well, that's what
you gotta get into the best scenes.
This goes to what I keep saying. He has to get out of. Our only advice to him should be move out of Atlanta if you're looking for love like that. That's all we can say.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of woman? What was that woman like that he liked that put him in the friend zone? What kind of woman was she like? She wasn't in either one of those categories. She was in the middle between those 2 categories. Jay, or was she? What category was she in? What do you like? That's the whole point. Do you like the bum Keishas, or do you like the ones that like to travel and do what they do? I don't know.
Watch it. He's gonna say something. He's gonna say
I can't
something.
say anything, but I can say for me. The girl that I wanted, I'm gonna be upfront. She has 5 kids.
What you talking about, Jay?
I was willing to sacrifice for her.
The chick he likes.
One sec.
Listen, hold on, Jay. First thing first, Jesus already, listen, Jesus sacrificed for all of us. Don't none of us got to sacrifice no more. I promise you. Jesus got up on the cross. Jay, you don't have to do it. You will be forgiven.
He's talking about a bum Keisha. He like a bum Keisha.
No.
Look, Jay. Jesus did that, so we ain't gotta do that. All right.
She has 5 kids. See the contradiction? You see the contradiction? Now, if you would have said straight up, I like a girl with 5 grown kids, I don't know. I have no idea. He didn't say, wait, hold on.
5 kids, Jay.
You better than her. You better than that, Jay.
Well,
Don't
hold
do
up.
that.
Now wait. We got hold up, Jay. Now wait a second, Jay. This is intense. 5 kids. We gotta get the details, brother. By how many men?
I don't know about the men, but
it don't matter.
It really don't. I just one second.
I know. I don't watch your shit. I'm subscribed to your channel. I'm a member. So
okay.
I already know.
So, it's come. Oh shit, man.
Anybody gonna ask me the question? We-On-Loc. If you were single, would you date a woman with 5 kids? You know what my answer would be? You know what my answer would be? I'll tell you later.
Like it's
so. What standards are we arguing over? Why are we sitting here arguing over standards and you ain't got none?
I'm just like this. At this point,
You want better for yourself at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
Listen, you know what it is?
Around the way, yeah. That's the one for me. You need a lawyer. That's what you need. You need a lawyer and a prenup. Listen, I dated a woman once with 4 kids. 2 of them were twins. Right? We dated for 2.5 weeks, and that was it. Yep, I was young and stupid. And we had Black Planet back then. For those who are new at heart and don't have a shut up, Helen. Anyway, yeah, screw y'all. But anyway, yes. The woman had 2 kids. Her oldest was a female, I think, and her 2 middle. You got 2 middles were her twins, and the other one was a youngin. Her youngin got the bricks beat out of him one day. Yep, Black Planet. Everybody knows Black Planet. Yeah. It was AOL, then it was Black Planet, MySpace, then you got this shit. And I ended up meeting her with Black Planet. I met another girl that I met on MySpace, and I asked her out on a date, and I said, would you go out with me? And I know it was like virtual reality type bullshit, but I said, would you like to go out with me? She showed me her titties. So I guess that was a yes. So dating online is weird, but if you hook up with the right person, and Tinder. And if you hook up with the right person, I guess it could happen for you, but just be careful, man. Just be careful. If you're going to be with a person with 5 kids, then, I mean, the best thing you can do is take it one step at a time. I mean, those are not your kids. You don't have to do a damn thing. If you want to support her, then go ahead and support her. I'm sure she's going to love the help. But crawl into this. Crawl into this situation. Crawl into it. Don't be all up in it like 100, 1,000% in, and you can't discipline those kids. No, those are not your children. And if the baby father ain't around, if the baby father isn't around, I don't know. Usually when I was dating in my younger years, when I started dating with women with kids, and that's what I usually did, was date women with kids. Their baby fathers would come around and, you know, handle their business with their children. They see me, they shake my hand and say, "How you doing?" Is blah 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 blah. Wasn't no big fight. Wasn't no big fight or nothing. But you have to understand your position, and your position is to be with her, not with them, because those are not your responsibility. Although you feel as if sometimes you have to be a man about yours and you have to take responsibility. Take things slow. If you want, I've taken people's kids out to the mall. All right. And we had a wonderful time out there in the mall. You know, I'm getting cotton candy. I let them ride the rides or whatever. You know, I'll buy them a little toy here and there, buy them a video game here and there. But you're just there for support. But when you really get down to it, when years go by, I think you just solidified you have a responsibility to her, because you have been there for minimum like 5 to 10 years or so. But at that moment, those are not your responsibility. I would prefer you date somebody with no kids. That's just me. But if you want to do it, then go ahead and do it. Just heed my warning, bro.
Raquel, let me say this. As a black man that's about to be 40 years old, because you already know at a certain age, things get a little difficult for single black men that don't have kids. The window's closed. I ain't saying I'm desperate, but
I need some coffee.
Fuck is you talking about? This is Sparta! You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Shout out to Low Key.
Listen,
5 kids.
I said it was you, Jay. I said it was him. I said it was him.
Well, listen, Jay, real quick. Jay, you got 25 minutes. You got 25, and Ashley, he's the queen. He's the queen. She's still serving her.
Wait, I like our definition better, but I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, but at any rate, that just says it all. I mean, there's more evidence out there, but I just had happened to catch this, and my God, these men don't know what they want from a woman. They don't. And sometimes women don't know what they want from in a man. They want protection and providing and protecting and protecting and providing and providing and protecting. But at the end of the day, what are you willing to do for each other? And this is the reason why I say y'all need a break. Y'all need a break from society. This isn't good for you. You need to get outside of this YouTube. This is nothing but tunnel vision. This is nothing but tunnel vision. And all I'm gonna say is just be careful and stop listening to the outsiders talking about women need to be more feminine and shit. That's just ain't nothing new. Women are feminine when they first meet you. And for those who often, every once in a great while, you get a woman that acts like a man. Don't even deal with that. That's a tomboy. That's a fucking tomboy. But I have to admit, some of those tomboys be fucking gorgeous, bro. Just that they don't dig men as much. They don't dig men as much. But give me a few minutes. Anyway, do what you do. Be careful. Stop. Again, avoid all the angry mans of the world. Avoid them. Avoid all the Antons. Avoid all these other knuckleheads that, think one way. Just avoid all that. Now, last but not least, I've been on my Dr. Umar kit for a while now. For those who are uncomfortable, well, you know what to do. But here's the situation. A lot of people be slick. A lot of people be slick in the mouth, talking some greasy shit about ancestry who actually been in a situation where they ended up doing some wrong, going to prison, and then coming out successful. In other words, they paid their debt to society and yet going on ventures to help our people get successful. Or helped our people, what's the word I'm looking for? Open their minds to who they are as people in our community. When relatively we were lost. But I believe that Malcolm Shabazz X found us and wanted to bring us back in our true nature. And he ended up dying for that. He ended up dying for our right to live in this country. He ended up dying in an actual belief, which is actual fact for who we truly are as people, as Africans. He actually truly believed that we are one person. Or excuse me, we are one. We are one nation. Just Martin Luther King ended up making Malcolm X ended up making a sacrifice. Martin Luther King ended up making a sacrifice, but yet you talking about he cheated on his wife, allegedly. But does that tarnish his legacy for doing what he did in the civil rights movement, doing what he did when it came to the boycott of the buses before Rosa Parks? Before Rosa Parks, not during Rosa, before Rosa Parks. She just ended up being this big figure. The walk to Selma, the speech on Washington, that good old I have a dream speech. We are going to sit here in front of the world and disrespect our ancestors like this? This is what we're going to do. And this is not the first time this has happened. This is not the first time, and it won't be the last. We are in trouble. And this is why we're so separated. 1 minute it's fuck women because they don't know what they want. They're supposed to be these princesses and blah blah blah, but they don't want to respect us, so fuck them. This is what is told. This is what is told. We're not supposed to be respecting women anymore. And on the other side, we're not supposed to be respecting men anymore. But we're the ones that ends up in prison. We're the ones that end up getting shot, killed. At this point, we're all targets. We just don't want to realize that. We are all targets, as Dr. Umar had put it, but y'all don't believe in that because of the name. Quite sad, but true. So, like I said, this is not the first, and it will not be the last. Let's take a listen.
I don't want to hear that. Really? My brother shit for the culture shit. I just said what I said. Fuck the culture.
Well, in the words of Malcolm X, who told you to hate yourself? I mean, who told you to hate yourself?
Black people killed Malcolm X. Fuck Malcolm X. And black people killed Malcolm X.
Wow, really?
Fuck Malcolm
Really?
X. Fuck all
Malcolm
of them.
X?
Fuck all of these people that came before us.
Like I said. Interesting, ain't it? So you got one, and that was Anton, by the way. This is the same man that says fuck the black community all the time. So we're not shocked and we're not surprised, right? So we got another nigga. And we gonna play the clip. Fair use. I ain't gonna say much. We're gonna play we're gonna play the fucking clip. We're gonna get right into it. Just on some disrespectful.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this.
Who gives a fuck?
This is a
It's Black History Month right now. In case you all don't know, happy Black History Month. This is February. February is our Black history, but I have not taught my children about our ancestors' Black history. I have not done that right there because, like, I be having to do stuff like work. You know what I'm saying? You want me to be a working parent and a teaching parent? Come on now. We don't really want to do that right there. That's why we send our children to public school so the other parents can teach them stuff like this right here. But look here. What is broke? What is broke? Like money-wise. What is like broke? Broke. Either you got money or you don't got money, right? Either you got money or you don't got money. I started off this show with a little clip from our good brother, Dr. Umar. He was speaking to somebody, talking to somebody. I am going to play just a little bit because somebody said that our brother, Malcolm X, had died broke. Dr. Umar is going to defend that Malcolm X did not die broke. Which I've been hearing this a long time. I've been hearing this over the years that
I am going to try to keep my sanity for this one. Lisa, help me. Or I am going to try and to be as patient as I possibly can with this one. I heard this already. I just thought I'd just share it with y'all, and that I just redeemed this to be ridiculous. Here we go.
That our fighters, our civil rights leaders and fighters and stuff like that, they died broke. Dying broke, dying without any money, and dying without any financial resources to leave behind to the family. That's typical, like broke, right?
I can understand that, but I didn't understand. I did not know that money was a resource, was a source of happiness. I guess that's one of the reasons why we're fighting for reparations now. And when we do, if they do decide, I said all that wrong. Let me start over. If they, whoever is in office, whether it be Trump or Kamala, if anybody hinted at the word reparations and tell us the amount we're going to be getting per family, which is not going to be a whole lot because you're going to end up printing a lot of money. You're going to end up printing a lot of money. But the fact of the matter is it's not going to matter because we are owed such things, correct? Oh, and thank you for the $5, Helen. Thank you for the $5 holla. Thank you for the $5 holla holla. Follow. I can't play the music because they're gonna ding me. I can't play music because they're gonna ding me each time. But I plan on. But a friend of mine is helping me getting some music together. So thank you for the $5. But like I said, I didn't know that money was so important. What is money? Money is a currency, right? And currency is what we need to survive out here in the streets. But little do we know that if we were to save up our currency for things like gold and silver and bronze and shit like that, things will be a little bit more easier because the currency is going down and won't be in existence anymore. But we are frankly talking about money that's relatively not in the Black community, although it is in the Black community because we are the number one consumers in America and how much we spend. But let me not tell you that.
Here we go. Hold on. Back it up.
You said Malcolm X died broke.
How many of y'all think and or believe or know if Malcolm X died broke?
Broke from whose perspective? Let's stay with that for a minute.
Okay.
The brother said El Hajj Malik El Shabazz died broke. According to whose definition, my brother?
According to whose definition? This is why I asked y'all, do y'all believe that he died broke? Because let's be clear, let's be honest. We know what broke is.
And I say, who gives a shit? The man was married to a fine wife, and I gotta look up how many. I'm just gonna say he had 4, maybe 5 kids. Okay. So what does it matter if he died rich or poor? It's not about the man's money, it's about the man's memory. What are we doing?
Huh? We kind of know what broke is, right? Right. You say poor is a mindset. See, but when the person who he's talking to is talking about broke, he's talking about money. He's talking about money. He's talking about money. He died broke. That means no money or a lack thereof. Small bank accounts. That's like dying broke, right?
You still trapped into that European matrix of materialism.
Is that a European matrix of materialism? Because you understand that you talking about money. Dying broke. Dying and not having nothing to pass on to you. Dying without some life insurance. For most of us, that person died broke. If that person ain't have like a bank account to where you had some money in it, they died broke, right?
You still trapped in that European matrix of materialism. You said Malcolm X died broke. According to who?
I think if he actually did die broke, and that is according to financial, then he died broke. That would be right? Because the dude is talking financial. We all know what he's talking about. He's talking financial, money.
According to who? What definition are you using to say Malcolm died broke? No harm, my brother, no harm. I'm just giving out my lesson. Malcolm died rich. Let me break this down for you one time.
Break it down.
All my materialistic Africans. Let me break this down.
So materialistic, when he's talking about financial, how many of our kin folks died broke? And we know that they died broke because they died without leaving some money behind, right? That's dying broke. Right?
Malcolm X died a spiritually rich man.
I like that you just wrote that right now. Rich in spirit usually equals broke. Facts.
I'm going to tell you why. Y'all ready for this? Rest in.
So he had 6 daughters. Okay. What up, KJ? Salute to you, my brother. Again, when we naturally we sit up here and we talk this garbage online, that just usually means we can't reach the ones that mainly we can touch to, literally grab a hand out. So we can't literally touch these motherfuckers. We cannot touch them because they're so safe behind their little computers and everything. This Willie character, pandering or not, usually disrespecting him is disrespecting the family. And if the family ever caught on to this, and I'm probably have already, the nigga would not feel so comfortable. Because just as much as he had enemies, he had allies too. Malcolm Little, aka Malcolm X, Malcolm Shabazz, had a lot of allies and a lot of enemies within and without, within the nation of Islam, of course. He had trained Louis Farrakhan, and Louis Farrakhan had trained one of my people that I admire the most, may Dr. Khalil Muhammad, may he rest in power. And it's not about the money that he did not have. It's the wealth within and also without, because he had followers understand you. Hell, he was rich within the nation. The nation damn near gave him anything that he needed. They damn near gave him everything that he needed. So what the hell is he talking about? I mean, didn't he just get out? He was in jail. He was in prison for 10 years. Malcolm X was in jail for 10 whole years. He didn't have a dime and that's why he stole. He sold drugs, but then afterwards got his life together, preached, and lived the life of harmony. But money wasn't his issue. It was the message. The message, numbnuts. But people like you that are these capitalists, these societal ideology motherfuckers that often think that a piece of paper is going to get you someplace. It ain't gonna get you shit. It may get your bills paid, but long run, you're gonna keep making it and making it and making it and making it and making it for them, not for you. Because you have nothing. You have nothing of resource. Where's your banks? Where's your institutions? I keep often hearing these fucking millionaires. Where are these millionaires at? Where they at? Where they at? Let's start with LeBron James. LeBron James was a punk. I saw what he did the other day. I saw what he did the other day to that kid, even though he was white. But nevertheless, he was a kid. All he wanted was an autograph. He's a piece of shit. He's literally a piece of shit. But he ain't no different from Michael Jordan. All your celebrities, except for a few, are a piece of shit. You are better off with a WWE wrestler shaking their hands and shit. You're better off. Because these motherfuckers, I'm telling you, this is the disrespect. The disrespect is gonna stop. The disrespect is gonna stop. I even have an issue, and I'm gonna play the clip a little later. I have an issue with some of these Negroes, especially with a crackhead like Charleston White, and of course Anton making fun of the Hebrew Israelites. The Hebrew Israelites. Really, my nigga? The Hebrew Israelites? That's a bad look. That is a bad look. And people often think that they're not going to do anything to them. They often think that. It's like, okay, keep thinking that. Push them, keep pushing them. Keep pushing that shit. Keep pushing that shit to an extent. Keep pushing it and pushing it. And see if these people, and I'm not a Hebrew Israelite at all. I'm surprised that DJ Hamp didn't clown this nigga when he had him on his show. And shout out to DJ Hamp. DJ Hamp doing an awesome job. Awesome job on the channel. As a matter of fact, I would recommend you go on to the This Might Be Risky channel. He has an awesome channel. Shout out to DJ Hamp and the crew.
Peace, the Pan-Africanist El Hajj Malik El Shabazz. Rest in peace, the Pan-Africanist El Hajj Malik El Shabazz.
Say Malcolm X was an American Muslim minister and human rights activist who had a net worth equal to $150,000 at the time of his death in 1965 after adjusting for inflation. So if that's the case, then I can say he didn't die broke. If that's the case, then I'm going to say he did not die broke. But that's not what Umar is arguing. Maybe Umar don't know that, according to Google, that he died with what was worth $150,000. Because he went to spirituality in his spirit and all that fly shit. This is not how we equate whether you got some damn money or not. Come on.
Once again, Lisa, we're living it again. I understand how this world works now. We all need money. When Helen gave me $5, Helen, when you gave me $5, and once again, I am grateful. I'm eternally grateful. When you gave me $5, did I say, bitch, you could have got me more than that? Give me 20 motherfucking dollars. Did I ever say that? Did I ever say that? Lisa, when you came on to the show, did I say, Lisa, you better give me my motherfucking money or else I'm going to take your wrench away from you? Did I say that? Did I say all that? I just want to know, did I say any of those things? Tracy, did I ever treat you like a dog? What did KJ? You've given me money before in the past. How did I treat you? How did I treat you? How did I treat you? This is a hobby for me. If y'all had panels and shit, I would have done the exact same thing. I would have done the exact same thing. But this here is how we get defeated. It's wrong. It's rough. But guess what? Malcolm never gave up. Martin Luther King never gave up, even though he was beaten up, got rocks thrown at him. He went to jail. He ended up going to jail. Marcus Garvey, as much as that man has did much for so many people, all the Africans here in America went to jail for an empty envelope. The things that Harriet Tubman had did for thousands and thousands. Nat Turner was murdering crack. But we're just all about money. Well, maybe if we would, just maybe if we would have read Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson, Black Labor, White Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson, Brainwashed by Tom Barrels, by Tom Barrels, maybe we'll get the message that when we end up working for somebody, and I don't want to hear shit about, well, you working for the white man. So what? Do I have to cater to the white man? No. Do I have to do everything that the white man tells me to do? Hell the fuck no. But what I will do is work my ass off to get what I need to get, save up what I need to save up, put it in a savings account, and get my own establishment going. Because we do have a responsibility in this world. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard. But guess what? We're gonna keep on living. We're gonna keep on ticking. But this man has committed the ultimate sacrifice. And you sitting here talking about bro. You must be one of these nigga. You must be one of these motherfucking Carly, not Carly. Who am I thinking about? Creflo Dollar type niggas. You must be one of these Creflo Dollar type niggas. I don't know. And this is for any and everybody who wants to disrespect want to disrespect somebody who has made the ultimate sacrifice. What ultimate sacrifices you ever made in your life besides getting a woman pregnant? And that ain't even a sacrifice. That's called stupidity. You're irresponsible now. You're wearing a condom like you should. That's irresponsibility. Her opening her legs to you, that's irresponsibility. So both of you are in the wrong. But yet you do what you do.
Oh, now let's be for real. He's not arguing this, maybe because he just don't know it. I don't know. But you cannot make an argument from finances to spiritual. It don't make sense. But go ahead.
Rest in peace to Pan-Africanist ancestor El Hajj.
God dang it, you're giving it away, Ellen. Damn it. I was going to say that one for later. Oh, she said it anyway. Did Jesus die broke? Wasn't Jesus a carpenter? He didn't come from heaven to teach about materialistic things. No. What would happen if he were to if he entered into the temple and he saw everybody making money off of his name? Was he supposed to come up and say, yo, dog, what up, G? Or excuse me, what up, Jay? You know, we just selling merchandise. Yo, you need to get paid. Yo, we gonna give you your cut as soon as we make our money. We go ahead and give you your cut, moment. Yo. And Jesus was like, yo, good looking out, Joe. What up, G? What's up, G? You good looking out? No, he started flipping over freaking tables and started whipping people. It's like, how dare you sell all this in my name? I didn't come here for all of this. I know what you trying to be Damn, I can't even think of the nigga. Hold on. I'll think of his name in a minute.
Malik El Shabazz. Let me tell you why Malcolm died spiritually rich.
That's not
now
what he
you're
argued.
judging Malcolm by European standards of.
So if you're talking about money, then it's European. But if you don't talk about money, you talk about spiritual. That makes no sense.
Success in.
He's saying that you have a European mindset, that money is all of what matters to you. And quite frankly, money is all that what matters to you. Nothing else matters to you, which I can understand. See, she didn't have to give me a dime because I know we're all struggling with money. We're all struggling with money. Do you know how gas prices are high? And all I ask is for $1. $1 here, $2 there, you know. But if you're willing to give me something or not, that is okay with me. You're here for fun, not for. Yo, hit the cash app, 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 hit the cash app. Become a member. I would like for you to become a member. It's only like $1. Like that. Become a member. 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 Away my way. Away my way. Away my way. Away my way. Cut that shit out. Cut that shit out. There are way too many people. Izzy Bands does it all the time. Yeah, I'm naming names. Izzy Bands does it all the time. Yo, hit my cash app or I'm going to end the show. I don't go on that long any damn way. I'm like 3 or 4 hours. You get 3, maybe 4 hours with me, and that's about it. Because these people in my chat right now have a lot to do. They like to move on with their lives. I appreciate each and every single one of them. That's why it's called it's like this. If any of you, right, goes like this. If any of you have a channel, right, and you go on live per se, right? Let's just say you go on live. You can use this. You can use the label, the lock sector. It's your sector. It's yours. It is yours. It's ours. If Lisa had a channel, she could do this exact same thing. And y'all can go on for as long as y'all want. Y'all can go as long as y'all want. But this boy here, this nigga here, you get 3 or 4 hours with me. The maximum is 4. If I go 5 hours, I better be interviewing Dr. Umar or somebody. Which I have, so you need to go and check out that live. You need to go and check out that live. I did go with him. So.
Money.
That's what he's talking about. Money.
You're judging the great ancestor by European standards of materialism and money.
So we can't do that. We can't point out a fact. This is what bothers me about you people. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Let me, because I clicked on something and I did it wrong. But this is what bothers me about you people. Let's just say that he did die, quote unquote, broke. If that would be a fact, then it's just a fact. It don't take away the fight that Malcolm X did and was a part of. If he died broke, then he died broke. But you want to say it is what is called the white system and all that fly shit. No. What the hell are we talking about?
As a black man, you should not be using European standards.
We should not be using whether you have money or not. That's a European standard, is whether you have money or not. Watch this. There's so many of our females who say that they will not date a dude who make under $100,000. Is that the white standard? You know, like, come on now. You say $150,000 in 1965 was $1,474,740.38 in 2024. So because of those numbers, he did not die broke. But I just wish that our good brother would have argued his point. He went too spiritual.
Here we go. Here we go. Malcolm died rich, number one.
What's wrong with spiritual? Malcolm was spiritual. Martin was spirit. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there.
He overcame his fear of death.
That's dying but that's dying rich because somebody overcomes their fear of death. What? I don't listen. Educate me. Educate me. So you die rich if you overcome your fear.
It's not about money, numbnuts. When you give your life to God, I mean, seriously, full time, give your life to God, nothing can stop you. I mean, he knew in that day, that dreadful day when he was supposed to be making it, when he came back from Mecca, actually, he knew getting off the plane that what he had witnessed before his transaction was really going to get him into some trouble. And that he was already banished, he was already silenced. And when he decided to speak again and told the truth that he found not just black people in the Mecca, he found white people, he found a whole different nationality in Mecca, and they all did the exact same thing. They prayed, they ate together, and they prayed together for how long they were there. And he wanted to tell the truth. And that's how the original Rainbow Coalition came into effect. Although Fred Hampton, the beautiful and brilliant young 21-year-old brother, may he rest in power, Fred Hampton originated the original Rainbow Coalition. When he did all that for a purpose. And he was going to set the stage of what should happen, what could happen, but did not happen because he was exiled or terminated or whatever.
Death. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Because you just understand that when you die, you got to die with money. Money. Money is the root of all things. Money make you feel good. Money will help you. Money will help you out, and money will help you hard. But if you're making too much of it, the money can help you die. What did Biggie Smalls say? The more money you make, the more problems you gonna get. And the more money you make, the more times you're gonna be bending over. If you are a male, the more money you make, the more times you're gonna be bending over. No diddy.
Man, keep talking.
Do you know how hard it is to
Oh, didn't he turn down a $10,000 not debate, but an interview with Kamala Harris? Didn't he do that? I'm talking about Dr. Umar. So is it all based upon money? See, you like to accuse Dr. Umar of just begging. He just turned out $10,000, my nigga. Charleston White. Shh. Fucking crackhead. Shh. Just shh. See, I hate when niggas just you. Can't sit still for more than 5 minutes.
Overcome your fear of death.
Yes, it's real hard, but you can still be broke and overcome your fear. Go ahead.
Do you know how hard it is to overcome the fear of your enemy? Malcolm X overcame the fear of death.
And you can still be. Watch this. Watch it. Ooh. Watch it. Did Jesus die broke? Now, according to what our good brother is saying, Jesus died rich. When the dude was talking about money. I don't remember Jesus having no money. I know his dad had some money, but I don't remember Jesus having money, even though he worked as a carpenter. I get it. Go ahead.
He died rich. Number one. Number two, Malcolm was selfless. Do you know when?
So that makes you rich when you die. If you're selfless, then you're rich. Say Jesus had 304.
El Hajj was in Ghana.
Wow. Willie. I'm gonna pray for you, brother. I'm gonna pray for you. And I'm gonna pray for a whole bunch of people who act like you. This isn't good, my brother. This is not good. Jesus had holes? Really? Oh yeah, you're referring to the one, the whore that washed Jesus's feet and then dried Jesus's feet with her hair. I think you're referring to that. But he always said in parables. I gotta look that up.
With Queen Mother ancestor Maya Angelou and the wife of Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois. Malcolm could have stayed in Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah would have gave Malcolm a job in the government, just like Maya Angelou had a job. Dr. Du Bois's wife had a job. Other Africans who came over had a job. Malcolm could have stayed. They asked Malcolm to stay and send for Betty and the girls.
Y'all know this all started because somebody come in and said Malcolm X died broke. What is you talking about, pimp?
They asked for Malcolm to stay and send for Betty and the girls.
Okay, and he decided not to, right?
They asked for Malcolm to stay and send for Betty. Malcolm said, I cannot.
I can't stay. I got to go back around here with these people. Got to go back to where I'm from. Say Maya Angelou married the lighter hue guy. Oh yeah. She married two of them, didn't it? Shout out to Maya Angelou.
If it costs me my life, I got to return and finish the work. Same thing Frederick Douglass said 100 years before him. Same thing Frederick Douglass said 100 years before him.
Yeah, but did they die broke though? You did not prove that he did not die broke. You coming up with your own definition of rich. That's what he did. He came up with
nothing that you miss, Bridget. He just basically just talking out the side of his neck, basically saying that, you know, some person said that Malcolm X died broke or whatever, and Dr. Umar is just basically doing his thing, saying that he did not die broke. And then he had the nerve to mention Jesus, or Willie had the nerve to mention Jesus. Did he die broke? Or was he with all them hoes or whatever he said? It's just stupid.
With his own definition of dying rich. The dude was talking monetary. The dude was talking money. The dude was talking financial.
Malcolm was selfless. What more can you give to?
Wait, for what? Find this podcast for what? If you find this podcast, please let me know. Let me know. So I'll straighten the nigga out. For real. But it's too easy. It'll be too easy for me. On his podcast, he probably have a whole bunch of these nonsensical, diabolical son bitches. Who's yo, you a joke, man. You a simp. You just go ahead and die broke. How do you know what I got? The money that I equivalent ain't gonna be transferred to you, nigga. The money that I make is either the money that I donate, and you will never find out where I donate to. As a matter of fact, y'all don't even need anything equivalent. You don't need anything. You don't need no schools. You don't need anything because you don't know how to act. You simply don't know how to act. Some of us do. And some of us deserve better. And we're going to get better. But for the rest of y'all Negroes, die where you stand. Because obviously, you don't have the sense enough to not put your mouth on Jesus. That's enough. But you have the nerve, the indicated gall, the testicular fortitude to put your name on Malcolm? All of his people were to find out.
Your people than your very life.
What more can you give to your people than your life? And what did it do, though? No. Listen. Shout out to the ones who came before us. They did the good fight and all that right there. Do y'all understand, or do he understand that which I'm pretty sure that our brother do, understand that if Martin and Malcolm can see the conditions of dog you folk right now, to see how far we have done fail, they would be disgusted in.
Malcolm died spiritually rich.
And you're not speaking on this financially.
I'm assuming, and maybe I can be wrong, but I think Martin and Malcolm wouldn't let that happen. Because we were on the verge. If he were to make it to Washington, we were on the verge of getting reparations. That's just my opinion. We were on the verge, and we were going to have on the verge of having the biggest revolution that there ever was if Malcolm X would have went south and Martin Luther King went. Martin Luther King went north and Malcolm X went south. Once they met up with each other, they put aside their differences to shape the nation. Y'all motherfuckers don't deserve shit.
Rich, though. But that's a white man standard. That's a white man standard if we talking money.
Yes, he was Muslim.
Now we got to stop the show. And you know what? Buddy, this is for Helen and this is for Bridge. I'm in a bad mood. I'm in a very bad mood. This is for y'all.
That's ISO. Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my post the same now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move on, yeah. Fucking my post the same now, they be lost in the sauce. Took a loss, that's your loss. Had to get my point across. Heard them lanes was talking nothing. We don't pay that no mind. Didn't need to watch and know that I be.
Thank you so very much, Bridge. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the love and support that all of you have done. I'm in a bad mood. I really am. I am so in an effed up mood. But you know what? It's okay. It's quite okay. Because we're going to learn lessons. We're going to learn a lot of lessons in the past histories to come. We're going to learn lesson after lesson after lesson. And to truly believe, I got to fix that. And to truly believe that one would think that the internet would be a safe haven for these particular so-called brothers, we're going to have to put a stop to that. Those who are disrespected Malcolm and Martin and many, many other activists, I question your sanity. Because we don't have those leaders that ultimately will show up at your house, apartment, or whatever, drag you up out your house, and possibly beat you senseless. Ooh, I miss those days. I mean, we ain't do nothing crazy or anything. We just beat you senseless for disrespect. It's the same thing if you were to disrespect your mother. If a person were to come to and disrespect it, the mother, the grandmother, we would literally find out where you live. I miss those times. Here's the internet where everything's so safe. It's not like I could look up your IP address or anything, but niggas switch up. So, I mean, if we catch you, we catch you. I mean, we got you. It's a very, very, very small world. But yet, I'm not worried about me doing anything to this, but no, it's not. He's not even in my radar. However, it's Malcolm's people that eventually eventually sometime in the future will catch this, and they might they might do something, and then again, they probably won't. But I just think you just need to be careful of what name you drop. I think you just need to be careful about that, because some people are mighty sensitive. Some people may be mighty sensitive to that. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is the internet. So I'm gonna go ahead and let them cook. That's all you can do.
And that was fine.
He said that like that was a problem. Oh, because he is Pan-African. All right, go. Shout out to T. Lee for the $2 super chat. He said, how about giving the school he promised?
But he embraced his African culture.
Well, how about I have a counteraction with that. How about all the money that you spend on perv weaves, Jordans, food that you don't need to be eating, going to concerts and all that other bullshit? Why don't you give the money that you've been saving up and putting in the hands of the white man? Why don't you end up putting in his hands for him to open up a school? Or yet open up many schools that are Pan-African. Just saying.
A lot of you Muslims will never embrace your African culture. A lot of you Christians will never embrace your African culture.
Because a lot of us ain't from Africa. But he said, Willie, I'm so sick and tired of Umar. He said, if money is European materialism, then why does he keep asking for it? Oh, and why does he keep asking for it and has not finished that school yet? See, that's because you is thinking about how white folks build schools. You know what I'm saying?
Malcolm embraced his African culture. Malcolm died spiritually rich.
You say Malcolm said it's too damn hot over here. I'm going back to America. And then remember this right here. We're supposed to be like the smartest people, like on the planet, and we taught everybody did this and this. But even back then, America's infrastructure was better than Africa's infrastructure. We was the smartest. Okay. I ain't tripping. Maybe we were. You say, stop listening to this man. He not even married.
The ways of God are not the ways of man, and the ways of man are not the ways of God, brothers and sisters.
Facts. There you go.
The ways of God are not the ways of man, and the ways of man are not the ways of God.
Go ahead. Teach.
You say, Dr. Umar, how can you talk it and you're not married? You know why?
Ooh. I didn't watch this all the way through because I'm not going to play the whole thing because the whole thing is 52 minutes. So we're not going to do the whole thing at all. I didn't even watch past like 3 minutes, I think it was. Hold on. Oh, bam. I already read that right there. Here we go.
I got to take my time because I know how I'm going to love my wives.
Oh, so you're taking your time. That's why you're not married. Go ahead, Bill. Preach.
I know how special I'm going to treat my wives.
So you can't have the wives right now and treat them special and good and all that stuff. You can't find a beautiful queen now. Since there's so many beautiful queens because you be calling them queens. So in my mind, there should be like a lot of single queens. Well, there is a lot of single queens who need a good man out here, doc. Go ahead on and pick up by 2, 3 you know what I'm saying? So you can treat them well and you can be special to your queens as you should be, because a queen should be treated special.
Sorry, y'all. I'm just allergic to bullshit.
Yeah, he said wives. Plural. So enough did. So go ahead on and pick you up a few now and treat them special.
So I got to make sure that when I lock in, I'm locking in with women for the right reasons who are deserving of the throne.
And I thought that because of what you've been preaching, that you've been ready to do all that right there a long time ago. See, you ready.
Huh? What do you mean right there? What do you mean right there with that broad push? Woo, I'm gonna make a name for myself.
You've been saying like you ready, you got it all, you got your PhDs, you got all that fly shit right there. I feel you, I'm with you, bro. I prompt, hey, get you more than one, get your polygamy on. But this should have been done because there's so many queens who have the thought process like you have the thought process and or similar, if not the same. A lot of them is
Huh? That don't make no sense right there. That don't make no sense right there. What they say right there? What do you mean right there? What do you mean right there? How you do that there? Let me tell you how you do that there. We live from Louisiana. We don't care. Tell me how you do that there. We're from Louisiana. We don't care. What? What? But I thought Sukihana, y'all said that Sukihana was a fit for him. And you said that Sukihana and Dr. Umar were together. That's what I heard. Am I wrong? Just because they met twice or 3 times or whatever. You forget she's from Wilmington, Delaware. Where's Umar at? Wilmington, Delaware. What the hell? Even though he's from North Philly, but his school is in Wilmington, Delaware.
It's Pan-African. A lot of them is black first. A lot of them they is educated. They is educated on the black diaspora and their history. There's so many of our
both of them got issues. Red and him.
Queens that has this information and they are single. He said he already has several women, he said. But what happened to them? Oh, yeah, because the last one that we heard about was a scripper. But go ahead, because just because you was scripping don't mean that you can't change your life and be woke. Now.
I thought that was against all nature. So a woman who has changed her ways, changed her way of thinking, changed her way of how she looked, how she acted, how she dressed, and everything, and has been given a second chance in life, you Negroes won't give her a second chance. But if she's with a white man, it's a problem. I'm gonna play a few minutes of this, and I'm done.
But he should have stayed with her too and help her with her son, right? But go ahead, though.
Because I am amongst the chosen. I got to take my time because I am amongst the chosen.
You got to take your time, but you've been in the game for, well, at least on the internet for like 10, 15 years right now, right? How much more time do we need for you to go grab you a little lala who is deserving of a king? There's plenty of them, right? Because you speak about our dark you sisters as being queens and deserving of a king. So
yeah, I'm about to fall asleep too. I'm about to fall asleep. This Negro ain't making no type of sense whatsoever. But I'm sure Dr. Umar will handle all that. He's gonna ignore most of that nonsense that clowns are spewing, but you're staying? Okay. Well, about had enough of that shit anyway. People have their own ideologies of how things work. And wonder why they remain single. I don't know about his situation, but I'm gonna start with these young cats. These young cats today argue too much and too often about females in their activity. And the one thing that pisses me off about women today is they go on people's platforms knowing that they are literally going to be belittled. You go on people's platforms, you go on people's podcasts knowing that you're going to be belittled. Why? Why is that? People with common sense knowing that you're watching from the clouds, right? You're not going to be paying much attention to none of that crap. None of it. I mean, you may look to see what's going on. Like Zesty Bub. I don't know if Zesty Bum is doing this on purpose. I don't know. I mean, I like her humor. I like her style. If I ever get to rap to a Zesty Bum or a Travel One, or a Robin M, or any of those trolls right there. Well, these are good trolls. They're good trolls to me. So people are triggered easily. You think? It's just, and they try to get you triggered because they're triggered, or they try to do that reverse psychology on you, just simply because their lives are miserable. Their lives are miserable, or they just, they want a big fat check. Case in point, let's see, and I hate especially to say this, but there are certain individuals that just need to take a break from the internet. Just take a break from the internet, because you live thousands and thousands of miles away. You live on the other side of the country, and you need a freaking break. You just do. Needless to say, there was a boy, and I call him a boy for a reason. There's a particular boy that I had to boot off for talking too much of this and want to frame me in a light as saying that I've given too many cash apps to women, particularly certain particular females. One particular female who will not be mentioned ever again. Dude, I give him cash apps to damn near everybody who I supported. So what are you talking about? Your drunk ass is too broke. Your drunk ass is too broke and too poor to be supporting anyone. But I tried not to give him any air. I mean, quite frankly, I was just messing around with him. But try to give him a little rope, try to get a little, and you keep taking that rope. He keeps taking that rope, literally putting it around his neck and literally hanging himself from that rope. He did that. He tugged and pulled. I just simply went like this, just loosen it up a little bit. I just loosened it up for him so he can have as much rope that he wants. I mean, I tried to stop him at one point, but he just didn't want to listen to me. And they're going to come up on my live streams and entertaining a married woman. What are we doing? We're entertaining a married woman. But it's whatever. I try not to pay too much attention to it, but it's here. It's gonna stay here until it is dried out. And you wonder why in certain situations, in certain live streams, most of these live streams are dying. Most of these live streams are dying. This is the most I've ever seen in a while. I might just have to check up on Princella. Just check up on her, see how she's doing. It's been a while. And I'm going to do more dedications too, by the way. I think it's much needed. I think it is much needed. But here's the thing. I don't want to put certain faces up on there if I don't have to. Like Lisa, for example. If I don't want, without her permission, I don't want to put her face out there. I don't want to do it without permission. You know what I'm saying? So I will be doing more dedications, but like I said, this is our sector, baby. This is our sector. So if you have not liked the channel, please do so. Please, please, please. If you have not shared me out, please do so. If you have not subscribed, if you have not became a member yet, then please do so. Please do. It'll help me and help the algorithm and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing. I'm gonna let y'all have the rest of the night. I will be with you on Tuesday. Maybe. I will be with you on Tuesday. Maybe. I love you. I love you all. Deuces. Oh, please. Please tell a friend. Tell a friend. Tell a friend about the channel. We want to grow. We want to grow slowly but surely. We want to continuously grow slowly but surely. Again, this is a safe haven for everybody to come and enjoy. I've had fun. You have fun. Until Tuesday, maybe. See y'all. Peace.